Welcome to my Scrappin space. I'm Joni Martin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator located in Southwest Wisconsin. And I'm here to show you how to make this easy but oh so pretty card made from the Kintsugi Inspirations suite. Let me get rid of my face. Maybe there we go. And let's talk. So this is one of the cards I made as part of the August of virtual card kits. And it's easy to go together, and I thought maybe you'd like to see it too, as well as the people who are putting the card kits together at home. So Kintsugi Inspirations is a suite in the annual catalog, and I'm using 2 papers from there. The other thing I'm using that I want to point out is this beautiful embossing folder. And I have to tell you, when I saw the embossing folder, like I love every embossing folder, and I thought, really? Like, it looks too busy to be a background? What is it? But you know what? It makes a great background. It pairs beautifully with this paper, but I've used it as a solid background, and it works. So that's one of the pieces that added some interest to this. And then when we do card kits, we are not allowed to stamp images. It's just a rule from Stampin' Up. And this was really my first time to do an all virtual month because I got a new knee, and I wasn't available to teach classes in person. So I included, with their card kits, 2 sheets of sentiments. These are from the Greetings for All Mix and Match Ephemera Pack. Oh my gosh, when they first came out, I thought, I don't know, but I keep using them, and the more I use them, the more I love them. So you could have put lots of things here. I did best wishes, but the other piece that's here, check that one out. That's also an ephemera pack. And it is called Foiled Frames and Labels Ephemera Pack. Stampin' Up's been doing ephemera packs probably for the last year, maybe year and a half. And at first, like some new things, I wasn't sure. But I really, really like them. As you can, this is more than one pack. I open them up and use pieces. But there's lots and lots of pieces here. And this one, I maybe have used up all of them. I cut because I wanted it flat with that edge. So I cut off just a little bit. So those are the pieces. So in their card kit, they already had the ephemera pack with words. And then they got a card base, which is Misty Moonlight. Now, if you'd like to make this card at home, go to my Scrappin with Joni blog, just scrappinwithjoni.com. You'll find a picture of the card that will include the directions, the supply list, and like in the directions are all the measurements, what I cut for what. But I want to show you. So these are 2 different papers in the Kintsugi Inspirations. It is a stunning paper pack. And one of those that at first you think, how would I use that? And then the more you use it, you think, oh, I love this paper pack. So here we are. This is flat paper, and this comes flat until you emboss it. And look what it does. So easy to do. Okay, let's make a card. So our card base is Misty Moonlight, and we're just going to fold that. And we're going to set it aside for a minute. My card front is this really pretty paper, and it's standard 4 by 5 1/4. And I started with, do you do this sometimes when you design cards, you lay pieces and you think, yes, no, yes, no. And I laid this here and felt like, not that they were fighting each other, but they really weren't playing well together. But then when you take a solid color and put them in between, you know, I'm a retired teacher. And sometimes you'd have 2 great kids, but they wouldn't be great next to each other. You just needed a neutral in between them. Yeah, that's what this is about card making too. And then when you put that neutral in between, you're like, hey, we all get along. Now, you may not be able to see. It's a really small, it's very small. But, okay, so we're going to first put these 2 together. And because I have such a narrow mat, it's just an 1/8 inch wider than this, I'm going to use the multi-purpose glue, because that lets me move it around even after I've glued it for a little bit. I'm not putting the glue too close to the outside edge because when I squish it down, I don't want that glue coming out on the mat. So then we're just, and the nice thing about this one is there isn't really an up and down to the print. So you don't have to stop and say, am I going the right way? There we go. Then we're going to attach it to here, but I did not attach it flat. I attached it with dimensionals, which are like little pieces of foam, and I'm going to put them top, bottom, and not quite halfway. I'm not going to put any here. When we do the next step, you'll see why. And then we're going to attach this sentiment. So I have, this is one of those labels that I cut, and it's going to get attached. It's the same width as here. Okay, so again, just a touch of glue. And because I have the glue, I want to use multi-purpose glue for two reasons. One, this is heavily embossed, and so that glue is going to go in all the crevices, and it's going to attach better than like a tape runner that may kind of float over the surface of your embossed. And I love tape runners, but not for when I'm doing paper to embossed. Then let's grab Best Wishes. Oh, I have two of them, but I think I kind of like this font. Now, you could put a note on the inside that says happy birthday. You could snag a happy birthday from here and put it on the inside. I mean, so many things you could do. But I'm going to use dimensionals on this too. And that's why I didn't want any dimensionals back here, top center, because you don't want two rows of dimensionals, like two thickness of one on top of the other, because it could make your card too thick to be go through without extra postage. But I can look at that Best Wishes there. Doesn't that pop in that font? But I can have dimensionals here and above it and below it, because in the envelope it will all flatten to the thickness of one, the thickness of one dimensional. Now I'm going to stick this really close to the edge, but your card, you could put it over here. Oh, I kind of like it over there. Should we do this one this way? Okay. Now I know about you guys, but I need to be going this way to get it to line up. I'm using the grid on my glass mat. You could use the grid on your, if you're using paper with grid paper, or maybe some of you are good enough just to eye it up. I'm not one of those people. Well, I don't know if I'm not one of those people. I'm somebody who's always sure I have to move it just a touch. And with these dimensionals, you're not going to move it. So I'm holding this against the line, and then I'm putting that other point against the next line. There we go. We're going to drop it and live with it. There. I kind of like it to that side. Now, this would be a great use of a tape runner. That's going to get on the card. I did not add more bling. Oh, we just want to roll that tape runner under there, because I just wanted the gold to stand out, but you certainly could. You could add bling to this card. The kit included a strip to put across the top, because we just don't want to put boring white on the inside. No, we're better card makers than that. And that's going to go here, just like that. And then the envelope. Pretty card. We're not going to send it in a basic white envelope. No, 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 no. So my envelope flaps are 2 1/4 by 6. And we're going to do this. Now you could use the other paper, whatever paper you want for the envelope flap or the inside, whatever works for you. Or they don't all have to be the same if you're making multiple cards. I'm putting glue just around the outside. I'm holding up the body of the envelope so I have something to push against at that fold. And let's do a little trimming here. Just like here. Now, I have that strip much longer than I need it. For me, it's just easier. Sometimes my hands, the arthritis really kicks in and it's harder for them to work. And when I have little handles on the edge of the paper, it's easier to attach. But you could have cut your paper a 1/2 inch by 4. This is going to go in here, and look what that does to the inside. I'm not going to attach it because I'm going to stamp something. Maybe a birthday wish, anniversary, wedding. I have options. When I leave it like that, then I know I have options when I need a card in a hurry, which is all too frequently here. I need to be better at planning ahead for sending cards out. There we go, and we're going to trim this one up, just like that. And there you go. easy to do, has some real impact. And I hope the people that got my August card kits, that they enjoyed putting this card together. And I hope you try it too. You could use a whole different paper pack. The directions are on my blog, so just cut the paper you have, just 2 prints, and the embossing really adds some different texture to it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it more than you know. If you liked what you saw, please share it with your crafty friends. And until next time, take care and keep crafting. It's good for you.